Hey friends, this is Stephen Brice back on your screen. So thankful for you guys tuning in, and I just really appreciate the moments that we've been able to engage via social media on the numerous of topics that I've presented thus far on YouTube. Hey, I just want to quickly um, offer a brief commentary that I think may be positive as it pertains to the recent loss of the artist formerly known as Prince. First, I want to express my deepest condolences and love and support to the family and friends and all those who have been deeply impacted by the loss of Prince. As I've been watching the news, like have so many of us have been watching the news, paying attention to the story, and even looking at his music, listening to his music, looking at his interviews and his interesting moments in society, one can easily conclude that Prince was a different individual as it pertains to societal norms and standards. One thing that I've noticed and that I'm hearing even in these interviews of those who have been close to Prince is that Prince was different and he was complex. He was a mystery. And as much as Prince would allow society and the world to get an inside glimpse of who he was, one thing that I have perhaps drawn or have concluded thus far is that Prince, as much as I know, and that's limited, Prince was one who revealed his authentic self. Yes, he was different, but he was himself. He didn't laugh when something wasn't funny. He didn't itch when he wasn't scratching. He was himself, right in front of the camera for the whole world to see. And again, I preface all of that by saying as much as he would reveal himself to us. But I think that is a positive example for someone who may be watching this video or who may be paying attention to the news feed or paying attention to Prince again. And that of all of us are different. All of us are complex. And like Prince, all of us have the responsibility to fight through the societal norms and create a safe place for us to be humans. But not only are we called as individual selves to fight for ourselves and allow ourselves to be fully human no matter where we find ourselves to be, but I think it is also a call for all of humanity to create safe places for people to be people. At the end of the day, I am not called, I wasn't born or shaped to be like you, nor were you born or shaped to be like me. This world is big enough for Prince to be Prince and Stephen to be Stephen, and for you to be you. But I understand how difficult it is to be your truest self when you are in a situation or when you are in a context or a community that does not welcome diversity. But I think what Prince models for many of us is that self-love is the motivator and the strength that you need to fight for self wherever you are. So for those who find themselves to be pressured to be someone that they're not, I want to encourage you to look deep within yourself and ask yourself, do I love myself? Do I belong in this world? Is there a safe place for me to be me? And if I do not have a safe place for me to be me, do I love myself enough to be myself, even in front of opposition, even in situations that does not welcome all of me? Well, I want to encourage you, in light of the legacy of Prince, to look in the mirror, to find the beauty, to find the treasures that the world doesn't know that it's missing. And you fight for you. You fight for that safe place for you to be fully human. And while Prince might have offended so many people, at the end of the day, those who really matter loved him deeply. And that's a message that I think many of us, perhaps all of us, need to hear. And that while you may face opposition and criticism, there will be someone who will love you enough to create a safe place to welcome your truest, authentic self in their world, in their environment. And once you find that individual or group of people, make sure that you thank them, make sure that you love them, but most importantly, make sure that you create a safe place for someone who is different from you to be fully human. So that is just a reflection, just a thought, a lesson that sprung up as I have been paying attention to the legacy and the life of Prince. I would love to hear some feedback. I would love to even hear some pushback. And I would love to engage people who may struggle with this thought and may need some encouragement, some support, may even need a listening ear. Whatever the case may be, please jot your comments down, your questions down below. Please subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Stephen J. Brice, and I would love to engage you and to answer any questions or even provide some feedback. So that's my thought. That's my lesson as I am reflecting on the life of the artist formerly known as Prince. Be yourself. And if your community does not welcome you, then your community does not deserve you. Peace and love, friends. Until next time.